said many times that the best time to prune a tree is any time the saw is sharp. Well, for the tree, the best time to prune it is during the dormant season, sometime between leaf drop in the fall and bud break in the spring. So now's a good time to go out with your pruners and get some work done on your trees. We have a young tree here that's in pretty good shape, but it has a few branches that do need to be removed. So we're going to look at branches that have overgrown their space, that are out of balance with the tree, and branches that are competing with the central leader, because this particular tree should have one main trunk going all the way up to the top of the tree. So first, we're going to remove this branch, which has overgrown its space and grown a little bit out of balance with the tree. And then we're going to remove a few branches towards the top of the tree that are growing straight up parallel to the trunk of the tree. So for a young tree, we probably don't need to make too many pruning cuts, but the cuts we make now will have a long-term effect, improving the strength and the form of the tree. But we want to make sure that we don't remove any more than 25% of the branches on the tree in any one season.
What we have are some suckers that have grown up on this tree. And what we want to do is we want to remove it. We want to get it back to the original structure of the tree, which is like a champagne glass. And the way I'm going to do that, use my hand loppers, and I want to cut it perpendicular to the bark ridge. In this case, it's almost a flat cut to the tree, but not quite. It's got a little bit of an angle. And you'll see, I want to cut just like this and remove the material. And you see, it's perpendicular to its branch ridge right here. You know, we had a couple snow and ice events that had really heavy snow that may have damaged limbs. So what we're looking for is just some visual signs, some like browning or visually snapped limbs that we want to prune out right away, so it's a less susceptible for disease and insect penetration. This is the exact problem. What happens often with shrubbery is that you get these broken limbs here, and insects like to burrow, as well as this is a place for diseases. And it's a real quick, simple, easy fix. We get our bypass pruners out and we just clean it up. The cut, anything that's dead, damaged, or diseased, or broken is kind of what we're trying to do here, is remove this stuff so it can heal up quickly. And you can see anything where there's something broken, we just kind of clip it. And this way the other green material here will leaf out and fill out this area. So that's what we do through the whole area. Then beyond that, what we want to do is take another visual. So we've taken care of the broken or damaged things. What we want to do next for the limbs are anything that's severely crossing or rubbing that in future years will create a problem. And this is a good example right here where we see this growth right here where we talk about rubbing and crossing branches. It's actually growing up and growing back into it, and eventually this will cause a problem. So what we want to do is have good, growth that shoots out in all directions. So we just want to pick a point of this, and what we don't want to do is prune it like that and leave this piece that will grow right back into it. We want to make sure that we cut it back to the next limb or the next piece that's growing off, in this case a leaflet that's growing off it, that is a minimum the third of the diameter. And the reason being is that if you cut back to something small, say we removed it like this, and this next piece, this growth is not a third of the diameter of what we removed, and that's not good growth. So what we want to do is actually go to the next part and a nice clean flush cut, just a little bit above, so it can heal correctly. And the diameter of what we removed and this diameter should have a relationship of about a third. So the next growth that's coming out should be a third at minimum of the diameter of what we've pruned. Not every case will that happen. It's what we try to shoot for. Sometimes when there's larger breaks or tears or there's injury, we just have to prune. Sometimes we may have to take this back all the way to the central leader, or in this case, the tree trunk. So hopefully we help clarify some pruning techniques, and we can help you with your garden and your landscape needs.